Great. So we are given a question here for cash budget. We are told here consider the following forecasted data. So they have given us sales for November 2019, December 2019, January 2020, February 2020, and then we can see March, the last one, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, they have given me sales, purchases, wages, and overheads. We have additional information. They have told us sales are 40% cash and 60% credit. Sales are 40% cash and 60% what here? Credit. And 60% credit. And 60% credit. So we are told here credit sales are paid 2 months after the month of what here? After the month of sale. 2 months after the month of sale. 2 months after the month of sale. And then we are told here, B, purchases are paid the month following a purchase. C, 75% of wages are paid in the current month and 25% the following month. D, overheads are paid the month after they are in a card. After the month they are in a card. C, the opening cash balance is shillings 15,000 required. Prepare a cash budget for 3 months period, January to March 2020. So if we get this kind of a question, ladies and gentlemen, how shall we be able to tackle it? What shall we do to be able to say, really, we have done a cash budget very well? So mention there right away, cash budget. So solution. We have our cash budget here. We have our cash budget. They have specified the number of months. They have told us here the months are January, February, and March. 3 months, the first quarter. 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 So we begin with sales. Sales, of course, we have the cash sales. And then we have here credit sales. Very easy. Cash sales and the credit sales. Cash sales and the credit sales. So don't copy this. I'll be sending you this video. Don't copy the question. I'll be sending you the video. And of course, from that video, you'll be able to do what? You will be able to copy the question, or you'll be able to screenshot. Even this one, if you screenshot on your mobile phone, you'll be left with the question itself. So don't take time to copy it. So let's go together now. So cash sales. They've told us here that sales are 40% cash, and then we have 60% credit. So the concept is here. 40% are for cash. So please go to the sales figures for January, February, and March. Recognize 40% of the cash, or rather of the sales there, as cash to be received in that month. So please come here. We can see January 2020. We sold goods worth how much? Goods worth 110. And out of these 110, we're interested in the cash amount. Remember, you are doing the cash budget. Out of the 110, 40% of the 110 was received in the same month, was for cash basis, So in this case here, we have 40% of 110. Can somebody give me 40% of 110 equals what? 40% of 110 equals what? Somebody help me out there. 40%. So from Beatrice, 40% of 110, we are being told that the January one was what year? 44. So it falls under cash sales. Now, what do you think of this 60%? 60%. So 60% of January sales, which will come to how much here? Somebody, 60% of 110. 60% of 110. And I would want to get these answers as usual from all of you, from all of you, from all of you. I would want really to get these answers from all of you. From Paris, we can see from Beatrice as well, we can see it's 66. So when do you think the 66 we have given credit? When do you think shall we be receiving this money? When are we going to be receiving these 66 goods worth of 66 here, which we sold in January, offered for credit on credit terms? When do you think shall we be receiving that 66? Paris tells me February. Paris tells me February. February. Are you so sure, Paris, of that? Are you so sure of that? Somebody come on board. Somebody come on board and talk to us. Somebody come on board, talk to us. Please look at the policy. Please look at the policy. Look at the policy on credit sales. The policy for our credit sales. What are we told there? What are we told there? What are we told there? Policy. They have told us, ladies and gentlemen, here, thank you very much, Stella. I can also see you have joined the bandwagon. They have told us here sales are 40% cash and then 60% credit. Credit sales are paid 2 months after the month of sale. So 2 months after the month of sale. So I can see this is month number 1 and then this is month number 2. So meaning that 66, ladies and gentlemen, will be received in the month of March. So it means that, ladies and gentlemen, the credit, here we have in total total sales supposed to be 66. So credit sales will be received 2 months after the month of sale. So we will come and book this one here, 66. 66. Let us now analyze the sales of February. The sales of February was 130. Out of the 130, 40% will be received immediately because it's a cash sale. So what is 40% of 130? What is 40% of 130? Somebody talk to me. Somebody, as usual. As usual, I would expect you guys to come into these. So 40% of 130, that will be received in the month of February. In the month of February, and they're giving me a figure of 52. In this case here, what is 60%? What is 60% of 130? What is 60% of 130? 60% of 130 will be equal to what here, somebody? 60% of 130. Please, I would want to make this my best lesson, and I would want really you guys to participate heavily. So we have here 60% of 130, I'm being told is 78. Teresa Wairimo, thank you very much also for joining in. Thank you very much, 78. So when are we going to receive this 78, my great students? When shall we be receiving this 78? When shall we be receiving this 78? When shall we be receiving this 78? From Beatrice, 78 will be received in the month of what year? In the month of April. Because remember what we've been told. Sales are 40% cash, 60% credit. And the credit sales are paid 2 months after the month of what? Sale. So whatever sales which we had here that is on credit here in the month of February will be coming to us in the month of when here somebody April, which is beyond our budget period. Our budget period, ladies and gentlemen, is January to March 2020. January to March 2020. Now kindly let us analyze sales of the month of March. So the month of March, you can see we made how much here? Somebody 140 in form of sales. So the 140 in form of sales, we are aware that 40% will be received in this month. 60% is what will go forward. So 40% to be received in this month will be how much, somebody? 40% to be received in this month will be how much? 56. 56, I'm being told 56, 56. So 56 is what I will come and book in here as a cash sale. The 60% of these 130 will not bother me. Why? Of 140 will not bother me because I will be receiving that money in a month, which is outside my cash budget period. My cash budget period. So allow Mwalimu to start again doing this question well, because there is a student who is saying that he's really floating, which is part of the game. Thank you very much for opening up. Thank you very much for opening up. So will allow me to start it again. Allow me to start the question again. Allow me to start the question again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember it's a cash budget question, and they have been able to define the cash budget period. They have told us it's between January and what year? March. Between January and March. Between January. They want us to do a cash budget, which is a 3 months cash budget for period starting from January to March. They've given us other months there, but our budget should be from January to March. Now listen and listen to me very well. What I will do, I will come here and I have solution there, cash budget. I have my 3 months, February, March, January, February, and March, like that. So then we start our analysis. Our analysis will start, ladies and gentlemen, from the point where we capture our incomes. Incomes, what do we have? Incomes, of course, sales is our major income. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that whenever we sell goods, we don't have to receive all the money at once. We don't have to receive all the money at once. There is what we call credit. There is what we call credit sale. There is what we call credit sale. There is what we call credit sale. Credit sale. Now, like now here, they have told us, look at this particular note. You can see our sales which have been booked in every month. They have told us sales are 40% cash. 40% cash. And the 60% what here? Credit. Credit sales are paid 2 months after the month of what? Sale. So we start again together here. We start together here. Ladies and gentlemen, we start together here. Look at the month of January. The goods we sold in January were worth how much here, somebody? Were worth 110. Of which 40% of 110 will be received intactly. Will be received in the month. That is the concept of cash sale. Will be received in the month. So what is 40% of 110? 40% of 110. So please participate now, all of us. All of us are participating. What is 40% of 110? 40% of 110. 40% of 110. Somebody, let us start again. Let's start again, and please participate. Please keep on writing these answers. They really help me. They really help me. So John Lenny, thank you very much for coming on board. It's 44. So when am I going to receive these 44 shillings? 44 shillings, remember this was a sale over January, and the 40% of 110, which is 44, is cash. So cash means within that month. So I'll come and book this one under January, 44. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the 60% will fall under credit. 60% of 110 will be 66. 60% of 110 will be 66. And remember the policy of credit sales. They have told us here that credit sales are paid 2 months after. 2 months after. So meaning that whatever credit sales that I made here, I will receive this money 2 months after January. So 2 months after January, if you count this will be first month, second month. Meaning that this particular 66 amount will be received in the month of March. Go to the next month and do the same analysis. The next month is the month of when? February. February, I can see the sale was 130. February, the sale was 130. So I'm interested in the cash sale, 40% of 130. 40% of 130 will give us how much here, somebody? 40% of 130 will give us what figure, somebody here? Even if you had given me the answers earlier on, I told you we should just get started there. So 40% of 130 gives me, according to we have John Lenny saying it is 60, it is not 66. Somebody help me out here. Here, 60% Lenny, 60% honestly of 110, John, 60% of 110. John, the 66 we wrote here, 60% of 110 is 66. Okay, now we are in the month of February. So I want to account for the month of February. February sales, I can see sales in the month of February was 130. Out of these 130, we are told that 40% is a cash sale. So if it's a cash sale, 40% of 130 is 50 what? 52. So 52 is what I'll come and write here, book here. And then I'll come and ask myself, what about the other balance? 60% of 130. 60% of 130, can somebody give me that figure? 60% of 130. 60% of 130 will give me what figure, somebody there? 60% of 130 will give me 78. Thank you very much. So when will I receive this 78? When will I receive this 78? Remember, it's a credit sale and we have a credit policy of 2 months. When will I receive this 78? April. And April happens to be outside our scope. April happens to be outside our scope. So I'll not capture it. Our scope is January, February, and March. So I'll not capture that one anywhere. Now go to the last month. The last month is the month of March. The month of March, I can see the sales figure. The month of March, the sales figure was 140, out of which I know that 40% will be received in the month of March. So what is 40% of 140? What is 40% of 140? It is 50 what here? Thank you very much, Anne. Thank you very much, Beatrice. 40% of 140 is 50 what here? Is 56. That will be received there. That will be received there. And then, of course, I know that 60% here of 140 is a good figure. I know it. But I know I'll be receiving that money 2 months after today, which will be beyond our scope period. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want you to see something here. I would want you to see something here. This examiner has also given us sales of the month of November and December. The examiner has given me the sales of the month of November and December. Do you think that that is noise? Do you think that those sales figures of November and December are unnecessary? Do you think they are unnecessary? Somebody? Are they unnecessary? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Kambu, I can see you over there. Talk to me. Somebody is telling me that they are necessary. Where do you think are they going to help us? How do you think are they going to help us? Thank you very much. Caleb is saying necessary. Thank you very much, Stella. They are necessary. But now, how do you think are they going to help us? Yes, we have some sales amounts of November, which we shall be receiving in the month of January, in light of the credit sales policy. So here for November and December, I'm not interested in the cash sales. I'm interested in 60%, which is to be collected. Thank you very much, Anne. 60%. So what is 60% of 80? 60% of 80, 60% of 80, 60% of 80. And you guys are very bright. You guys are very bright. The very best thing that will happen today is to have everyone participating. Everyone participating. There's a student saying they can't hear. I want to believe it's their internet. Must be their internet. So 60% of 80 is 48. This 48 that we gave credit in the month of November will be received in which month? will be received in which month? This 48 that we gave credit in the month of November will be received in which month? Thank you very much, Beatrice. January. Thank you very much, Paris. January. So January, come and book 48 here. Come and book 48 there. And then, of course, we have 60% of 100, which is 60. These will be received in which month? February, in light of this 2 months credit. So we have, ladies and gentlemen, 60 there. 60 there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Now, straight away, we shall go to the expenses. So mention there less expenses, less expenses, less expenses. So expenses, what do we have here? The first one, the first cost is purchases. Look at the purchases. Look at the purchases. The purchases that we booked in the period were 40, 60, 80, 90, 110. But remember, we are doing a cash budget. A cash budget, we are interested in the exact timing when money will flow out of organization. So what have they told us about purchases? Purchases are paid the month following what here, somebody? Purchase. The month following the month of purchase. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, can we do another question, please? I'm a bit lost. Yeah, but we have to finish this fast, isn't it? Right? So I'll be able to do another one, but we'll have to do this. But the best thing, please ensure that you really participate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at these expenses. What are they telling us about purchases? Purchases are paid the month following the month of purchase. Can somebody tell me, in terms of purchases, how much do you think will I book in the month of January? What figure do you think will I put in January? Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me in terms of purchases. In terms of purchases, what figure do you think will I put under January? Under January, I'm waiting to hear from you. I can see 60, 60. I can see 60, 60. Yes, because these are students who have been able to appreciate, and they're all of them, by the way. Even Carol, thank you very much. Rainbow Jam. John Lenny came in a little bit late and he was a little bit confused, but now I can see he has really caught up the fire. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here they have told us that our purchases are paid in terms of 1 month in arrears. 1 month in arrears. That the goods we purchased here in November will be paid for in December. The December purchases will be paid for so we are staggering 1 month. So because we are looking at our budget for January, February, March, so January, I will pay the purchases of December. So you are right. So here I'll put 60. February, I'll put 80. March, I'll put 90. Thank you, and thank you very much. I hope, Catherine, at least you have seen something there. Now go to wages. Wages, we are told 75% of wages are paid in the current month, and 25% of the 25% the following month. So I would want you guys to give me this 75% of the wages. 75% of the wages, and then we have a column, a row here for 25% of wages. So, and I would want somebody to help me out here by defining how much are we going to put in the month of January. In the month of January, what figure? That's how I'm able to gauge and get to see whether you guys are following. So in the month of January, how much will I put there as wages? So John tells me Beatrice says 7.5, John says 12. Who is right? Who is wrong? So wages, I can see, ladies and gentlemen, wages in December, they were 12, fine, but that is not the policy really. We're not just paying 1 month in arrears, no. Listen and listen to me very well. What they have told us is that 75% of wages are paid in the current month. So could you kindly take 75% of 16? 75% of 16, what do we have there, somebody? It's 12. I now see where they're getting the 12 from. 75%, thank you very much, Caro. 75% will be paid in the month of January. And then what of the 25% of 16? What is 25% of 16? What is 25% of 16? What is 25% of 16? Somebody. 4. Paris tells me 4. When are we going to pay those wages worth 4? When are we going to pay them out? Which month? February. February. So in this case, you will come and tell us 25% of January's total will be paid in February, which is 4 like that. Now go ahead and analyze the wages of February. Go ahead and analyze the wages of February. Go ahead and analyze the wages of February. So wages of February were 20. Out of these 20, I know that 75%, ladies and gentlemen, will be paid, 75% will be paid in February. So 75% in February, that's how much here, somebody? I'm being told is 15. I'm being told is 15. And then, ladies and gentlemen, listen and listen to me very well. Listen and listen to me very well. 75% is February. 25% of this figure will go to the following month. So what is 25% of 20, somebody? 25% of 20. That gives me what here, somebody? 5. Thank you very much, Beatrice. 5 years. And that 5 straight away goes to which month? The following month. 5 goes the following month. So I'll come and book it here. So that in total, I'll be talking of 20. Now listen and listen to me very well, ladies and gentlemen. From there, we have the next thing. The next thing here, it's the month of March. Wages of the month of March were 24. And we know that for every month that we accrue our wages, we'll have to pay, first of all, 75%. 75% of 24, I mean, is what? What is 75% of 75% of 24? Somebody is telling me what year? It's 18. So meaning that out of these 24, we have 6. And this 6 is what we are accruing to pay in the following month. And unfortunately, the following month, ladies and gentlemen, is not part of us. It's outside the scope. It's outside the scope. Now, because of this accrual, you must come and look at the previous months. Because of this accrual, we'll have to come and look at the previous months. Like now, do we have the month of December? Yes, I can see wages were what year? 12. And we know that 12, out of these 12, 25% will be taken the following month. So what is 25% of 12? 25% of 12, 25% of 12, I'm being given a figure of 3. Thank you very much. So 3. So meaning that these wages of November are irrelevant to us because here the accrual is only for 1 month. Once I do another question, like a past paper question fully, you guys will be able to understand very well. Go to D. Let's go to D. Let's go to D. Overheads are paid the month after they are incurred. Overheads are paid the month after they are incurred. That is as good as telling you that the accrual period is 1 month. That overheads incurred in this month will be paid for in the following month. In the following month. So overheads are paid the month after they are incurred. So could you kindly then come and give me a row here for overheads? Give me a row here for overheads. Give me a row here for overheads. Give me a row here for overheads. And please, given that language, could you kindly give me the overhead of the first month, overhead of January? Please give me the overhead of January. The overhead of January. Give me the overhead of January. Stella is telling me 10. June is telling me 10. Teresa is telling me 10. Beatrice 10. How about the other students? How about the other students? How about the other students? What these students have been able to know is the staggered nature of our overheads. Overheads are like now here for January, the January overhead that I pay will be the one that I incurred in the month of December. So it's 1 month in arrears, 1 month staggered. So you are right. So this will be 10. This will be what here 15. This will be 15 like that. So then could you kindly, ladies and gentlemen, give me the surplus or the deficit? Give me the surplus here. Give me the surplus or the deficit very fast. How do you do it? You will take the incomes, you subtract all these expenses. So like we have 44 minus 48, minus, or rather 44 plus 48, minus 60, minus 12, minus 3, minus 10. Please give me the answer here. Please give me the answer here. Please give me the answer here. What do we have? We have 7, I'm being told. We have 7. Thank you very much. Somebody else to give me the answer here. Take the total incomes minus the total outflows. Minus the total outflows. So February, what do we have here? Somebody, February. February, again 7. February. I believe 7. 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 So for Beatrice is giving me -2, an outflow, a deficit of 2. How about March? How about March? How about March, ladies and gentlemen? So March, I'm being given a figure of negative, thank you very much, -6. Now come and give us the opening balance, opening cash balance, opening cash balance, opening cash balance. Are you able to see the opening cash balance, ladies and gentlemen? The opening cash balance they have given us, opening cash balance there is 15. The opening cash balance is 15. So meaning that by the end of the year, the closing balance will be 7 plus 15. 7 plus 15. So what is 7 plus 15? That gives me 22. That gives me 22. 7 plus 15 gives me 22. So can somebody give me the opening balance of February? Opening balance of February. Somebody give me the opening balance of February. Opening balance of, very good. The opening balance of February will be the closing balance of January. Closing balance of January. So this gives me 20 what here? 22. So come and give me the closing balance of this month. So closing balance of this month, what do we have here? Somebody? 20. 20. And this 20 now marks the beginning here, 20, like that. So 20 minus 6 plus 20 gives me what figure? Somebody here? This gives me 14. This gives me 14. This gives me 14. And that is the end of our cash balance budget. That is the end of our cash budget. End of our cash budget. That is the end of our cash budget. That is the end of our cash budget. That is the end of our cash budget. Is there anybody who was able to understand anything here really? Or all of us floated? Is there anybody who was able to understand anything? Is there anybody who was able to understand anything? Perfect. Thank you very much. So what I will do, through your WhatsApp, I'm sending you a question that I would want you to do. Cynthia says completely lost. Okay. But perhaps, Cynthia, you never really participated. Once you participate, this is just a participatory thing. So I'm going to send you a question that I would want you to do immediately. It's a CPA question which I would want you to do immediately. And then once you finish, we shall be able to set up another meeting. So on your WhatsApp page, you'll be able to see that particular question that I'm sending on your WhatsApp. I'm sending it through your WhatsApp right now. Otherwise, thank you very much. This was supposed to be a very brief session to introduce these budgets, and then I give you a question, you do it for an hour, and then we meet, we compare notes. Otherwise, thank you very much. See you, say after an hour, after you finish doing the question.